From brutal knockouts to intense rivalries, the UFC has become the ultimate proving ground for the toughest fighters on the planet. But beyond the octagon, there's a world of fascinating stories and hidden facts that most fans never hear about. Today, we're diving into 5 insane facts about the UFC that will blow your mind. Let's get into it. The UFC was originally a one-night tournament with almost no rules. When the UFC debuted in 1993, it was more of a human experiment than a sporting event. Fighters from different disciplines, karate, boxing, jiu-jitsu, clashed in a single-night tournament to see which style was superior. There were no weight classes, no rounds, and almost no rules. Headbutts, groin shots, and hair pulling? Totally legal back then. It wasn't until later that the UFC adopted stricter rules to become the regulated sport we know today. Dana White bought the UFC for only $2 million. Now it's worth over $10 billion. In 2001, the UFC was on the verge of collapse. That's when Dana White convinced his friends, the Fertitta brothers, to buy it for just $2 million. Fast forward to today, the UFC is now a global powerhouse worth over $10 billion, with events hosted all over the world and millions of fans tuning in every weekend. Talk about the ultimate underdog comeback. The octagon is trademarked, and there's a reason for its shape. The iconic 8-sided cage isn't just for show. The UFC actually trademarked the octagon, making it illegal for other promotions to copy the exact design. Why 8 sides? It was designed to give fighters enough space to move while minimizing the chance of getting trapped in corners like in a boxing ring. It's now one of the most recognizable symbols in combat sports. Fighters don't get paid as much as you think. While top fighters like Conor McGregor and Jon Jones rake in millions, the majority of UFC fighters earn significantly less. In fact, many on the undercard make around $10,000 to $20,000 per fight, and that's before taxes, training expenses, and management cuts. There's ongoing debate about fighter pay and unionization, and many believe it's time for a change in how these warriors are compensated. The UFC didn't allow women to fight until 2013. Believe it or not, Dana White once said women would never fight in the UFC. That all changed when Ronda Rousey burst onto the scene. In 2013, she became the first female fighter to sign with the UFC, and her debut marked a turning point. Since then, women's MMA has exploded in popularity, with fighters like Amanda Nunes and Zhang Weili becoming household names. The UFC has come a long way from bare-knuckle brawls in obscure arenas to billion-dollar events broadcast worldwide. Behind the blood and the glory are stories of evolution, strategy, and business genius. Which fact surprised you the most? Drop a comment below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. See you in the next round.